Mark, being a mid-handicap golfer, do you think you should use a 4-iron or a hybrid? What do you think? We're going to have to do a test, aren't we? Let's do it, and let's do it now. Wow. That's the one that makes you buy it, isn't it? Oh, sweet. Mark!
Got through that one.
Got through that one, he says. Hi everyone, James Robinson here. If you're new to the channel and this is your first time watching my content, first of all, where on earth have you been? Second of all, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you enjoy the content. If you want to ring that notification bell, you'll be the first to know whenever I upload new content. Today, I've got my mid-handicap tester, Mark. Mark, come and say hello to everybody.
Hiya.
If you want to check Mark out on Twitter, it is Golf Sprigsy. I will link that below for you. Today, we are testing, should a mid-handicapper use a hybrid? Or should a mid-handicapper use a 4-iron? The clubs in question, we're using the Taylormade P760 iron. This has a dynamic gold 120 S300 shaft in it, and the hybrid in question is a Taylormade GAPR Hi, and that has the KBS hybrid shaft also in a stiff. Both should pretty much suit Mark's game. I've got every confidence that he can use the P760. I know Taylormade call it a player's iron, but for me it's not a player's iron. So Mark, just tell people initially, what did you think of the looks of both of these clubs? What are you expecting to see? And I think then we're just going to have to hit some shots, aren't we?
Yeah, absolutely. We're just looking at the clubs. The 760 looks nicer as an item. The head, as we know on the GAPR, looks a bit heavy. Yeah. But I suspect that
it's a strange looking head with that kind of thing missing,
with a little dip in the back. Yes, it makes it look slightly odd.
But you hit a few decent ones in the warm-up.
But yeah, we'll see how they go. Graphite shaft again, graphite shaft versus steel shaft.
Yeah, so we've just done that test literally now, we're fresh off that one, aren't we? Yeah. If you've not seen that video, I will link that below. Should a mid-handicapper use graphite shafts, steel shafts in their irons? Well, if you want to find out, go and watch that video.
So the GAPR hybrid club is set at 22 degrees. And the P760, I think, is 22.5. 22.5
degrees, good knowledge there, Mark. Obviously, we don't have the adjustability in the 4-iron, so that is something that you maybe, if you are thinking about buying a hybrid versus a long iron, that is something obviously to bear in mind. Yeah. We have got this set on standard today, so they are as close as possible, because we know how much people love talking about loft differences, don't we, Mark?
Yeah.
Every comment we seem to have is about loft differences. So, which one are we going to go first?
Let's try the hybrid first.
Hybrid first, followed by long iron. We're going to look at distance, spin rates, dispersion, everything you guys want to see, and we're going to do it now. Okay Mark, whenever you're ready, we are using Titleist Pro V1 practice balls, so premium golf balls. Let's take a look at, first of all, how they feel and the numbers. Gold swing. Mark!
Got through that one.
Got through that one, he says. All you mid-handicappers out there who curse Mark, I can see exactly why. Nice little steady draw. Good.
A bit more of a push.
Yeah, I mean, we're still on the right side of the green there, Mark, from 200 yards, so with your shot, I think you'd be absolutely fine there. And Mark, with your standard 4-iron, what kind of distance would you be expecting? So you're using I-25? I-20?
Yeah, around a 185, 190.
So that one there?
Yeah.
For me, the hybrid's more about consistency, isn't it?
Yes.
If you're under pressure and you're on a par 5 or a long par 4, what would you fancy hitting the best? Obviously, one thing we can't do in here is test out a different lies. So is it worth us maybe getting out on the golf course, doing a long iron versus hybrid mid-handicapper test on the golf course, out of fairway bunkers, out of rough, out of the trees? Not that Mark ever goes in trees, but...
Well...
That's a long way, hasn't it? Very good. And that is your 6, sir.
That's 6.
Okay, Mark, so 6 shots hit with the hybrid. Before we look at the numbers, just explain to people how it felt, what you thought the distances were like, from ones you can remember, and then I'm going to go through the numbers with people.
It felt very nice, very easy to swing.
Yeah.
So the last couple, I made it was a larger backswing, I felt, because I was more confident about playing through the ball with it. So that large, slightly longer backswing meant the ball went a bit further, which I think the numbers will show us. So yeah, I got more and more confident playing it. Flew nicely. I was really pleased with it.
Could you have this in the bag?
Absolutely. Yeah, I wouldn't have a problem putting it in my bag.
Okay, fantastic. Let's take a look at the numbers. So looking at the numbers for Mark, the Mid-Handicap Tester Hybrid, we have low pressure coming in the south, moving into the east, and then this joke's not fun anymore, so this is the last time I'm going to do it. But in all seriousness, the number everyone wants to see, average distance, carrying 197, total 201. Pretty good numbers to say that Mark was saying that his forehand would be an average of about a 180, 185 club. Ball speed average, 125.7, club average, 91. That doesn't really mean a lot to us until we can look at the 4-iron, so we will come back and revisit this later on in the video at the end for a comparison. Spin rate averaging at 3,794. Pretty good numbers realistically. Let's take a look at the 4-iron and see how the numbers change. Just before we go into hitting the 4-iron, just tell people what it looks like, what it feels like maybe in the practice swings, and do you feel like you could game this just by looking at it?
Yeah, I mean, well, to be fair,
are you a 4-iron user yourself?
I do, yes, I use a 4-iron.
User and abuser of a 4-iron, yes. You heard it here first.
Yes, my hybrid is between my 4-iron and my 3-wood.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do have a 4-iron in my bag, and I like hitting it. I'm confident with it.
Like the workability of it, the
trajectory difference. 4-iron. Okay. So yeah, looking at it, yeah, not an issue. I could just easily put it in my bag. Right,
so this is going to be really interesting to see the difference in shots, but also the difference in numbers. So without being around the bush, 6 of your best, Mark, please. Interesting though, because with it being the first swing, whether or not it's a confidence thing or whatever, but it's not the dispersion. That's the wildest shot you've hit, isn't it? Straight away. It is. Great strike, Mark. So 4 shots in, Mark. How does it feel? It sounds good. I mean,
it feels nice.
Don't get me wrong, this is probably one of the best long irons on the market, isn't it?
Yeah.
Price-wise, it is the best long iron, excluding PXG, because I don't really class them as on the market. But it's a good 4-iron, so how does it feel?
It feels very nice. I like it. Confidently striking the ball.
Yes.
Maybe not straight, but I'm confidently striking.
And this is the thing, so what we will discuss at the end is, as a coach and maybe as a fitter, dispersion maybe be struggling a touch, but let's hit some more and we'll find out. Wow. That's the one that makes you buy it, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Look at that. And if all you guys are wondering why we're doing so much in the studio now, it's not because the weather's bad, this is summer really. But I just get to sit down and just watch Mark get to work. Last shot, Mark. Make it count. So guys, that is it. 6 shots with the 4-iron. Right, then,
I'll come down.
6 shots with the use knees then. So Mark, 6 shots hit there with the 4-iron compared to the hybrid. Before I go through the numbers with everybody, and don't worry, we're not going to do the stupid weather joke, because Mark doesn't think it's funny, and you probably don't think it's funny either. But you don't know unless you try these things. We are deviating. Mark, what do you think to the 4-iron?
Liked it. Could easily put it in my bag, as we said before. But didn't hit it as well as the hybrid.
Yeah.
As the GAPR. The GAPR.
And if I could interrupt there, dispersion was with the hybrid very good. I thought dispersion was good with the hybrid. I would be absolutely fine fitting Mark into that golf club. Not for me.
Having said that, though,
let's take a look at the numbers.
Well, no, I was going to say the 4-iron looks nicer.
Yeah, and if you're playing golf for enjoyment, I imagine not so much the last shot. I imagine the second to last shot. That's where we all play golf. Yeah. To hit a long iron that crisp, that straight, and have that ball flight. I think we're going to have to take a look at the numbers, Mark, aren't we? Yeah.
Let's
take a look. So looking at the numbers for the 4-iron, straight away the number that everyone wants to see, the distance, 11 yards down on the hybrid. So although you are really enjoying hitting this club, Mark, you are costing yourself 10 yards there, both in carry and in total. As you can see with shot number 2, it wasn't Mark's best shot. We did count it in the video, but we are going to take it out for the numbers. I think that's fair enough. If we did leave that in, the numbers would drop to 180. So pretty much over 5 shots, 5 consistent shots, 5 good golf shots. we're losing 11 yards. Spin rate averaging 3,847, comparing that to the hybrid of 3,794, so we're clutching at straws there if we're saying there's a massive difference in spin rate. Speed-wise, the hybrid was producing a club speed of 91 miles an hour and a ball speed of 125.7 miles an hour. If we do take a look at that compared to the 4-iron, the 4-iron producing a ball speed of 121.1 miles an hour because the club edge speed was down to 86.3 miles an hour. So realistically, Mark was costing himself 10 yards if he went 4-iron to hybrid, but then the question is, do you lose the versatility of the 4-iron when you're out on the golf course if you put a game improvement hybrid in the bag? Maybe, especially in the Taylormade range of the GAPRs, you could go mid or even low, and then you might get a little bit of the best of both worlds. So guys, comment below if you want to see that. Do you want to see an on-course test between a 4-iron and a hybrid, and do you want to see a mid-handicap GAPR test? Mark, what are your thoughts on these two golf clubs?
Hitting a 4-iron on the golf course, you're not particularly looking for a perfect stop, a perfect length shot or accurate shot per se. It's getting some distance in. Therefore, I'd be much happier with a hybrid in my bag. Much happier.
In essence, golf's hard.
In essence, golf's very hard.
Why make it harder?
Yeah, why make it harder?
And on that note, Mark, lead us away.
Hope you've had a good time watching this video. We've had a great time recording it. All the best. Good luck. See you next time.
And make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. See you soon.